Hello and welcome to this presentation from the Urban Penguin. My name is Andrew Mallett and today we're going to use Ubuntu 14.04 and we're going to look at installing the very latest version of the Docker container system. Now, although Trusty does ship with Docker, it ships with an earlier version. If we go through and search our cache for Docker, it's docker.io is the Linux container runtime package that we want. And we can check the version of that using apt cache policy docker.io. So when we look at that, then that version, the package is going to be 1.0.1. If we use the latest version from the Docker repositories, it's going to come down as version 1.3.1. We can set this up very easily using a script from Docker, but we're going to need curl to be able to run that script. So we're going to begin by installing curl onto our system in case we don't already have it. So once we have curl, then we're able to run the script. So we're going to use curl, and then we're going to use -s, capital SL, and then we're going to go to the HTTPS URL get.docker.com/Ubuntu and send the output through to a sudo shell. So this will create the necessary repository file, and then we'll download and install the package lxc-docker. So with that in place, we now have Docker installed. And we can simply test this, but first, to make sure that we're able to run something as a standard user, I'm going to add my user account through to the Docker group. So usermod -a to append to the secondary group, and we're adding Docker for the user. Now really I do need to log out and log in again, but we can cheat this a little bit to pick up the new group membership by using su substitute user, back to my own account and putting in my password, and when I check with ID you can see sure enough now I belong to the group Docker. So with this in place then I won't need to use sudo in front of my Docker command, and I can then go through and we'll use Docker run -i for an interactive session and T to set up a TTY. And we're going to use the latest Ubuntu image. Now we'll have to pull this down because we haven't pulled anything down, and the command that we're going to run in the image is going to be /bin/bash. So we see that we don't have Ubuntu locally, so we pull it from the Docker images. Once it's there, then it fires up and we can go in and we can see that we're running it. The command that we run is all that we've really got. So when we run top, we can see that process ID 1 is in fact the command that we ran bash. So this is the great thing about Linux containers, is that they are so lightweight. If we exit, we're then exiting out of bash, which of course is going to shut down then our process ID 1, so the container won't be running. If we use docker ps, we can display running containers, but if we use ps-a, it will show those that aren't running as well, so -a for all. We never gave this a name, so it has an interesting name like boring_Goldstein, and if we want to start this image up again, then we can use docker, and would you believe it, start, and then boring_Goldstein, and we should be able to use tab completion on this as well. So that will start it up, but of course now I'm not attached to it as I was before, so we can then use docker and attach, and that is going to take me then into the system. I just have to hit the enter key twice when we attach. So this then shows you a very simple way of being able to create a Linux container We've already downloaded the image, so if I needed to create a similar container, I wouldn't need the image again. And just to confirm, we can go back now and look at Docker version, and it shows that we are using then Docker 1.3.1. I hope you found this useful. I look forward to seeing you back on the Urban Penguin very soon.